Okay. Hey y'all, it is, what's today's date? November 6th. And welcome to our team call. We are recording and I have a couple of announcements and then I'm gonna throw it over to Ashley. I meant to pull up the slide from, oh shoot, I can't, hang on. Let me save this. Meant to pull up the slide from October, but I will just read it out of Who Had Success Club. So let's give everybody, and oddly enough, everybody who hit Success Club is on this call right now. So success leaves clues. So know that the people who show up for the team calls are usually the ones who are most successful, and the ones who are struggling really need the team call. Just saying. All right. So, God, I can't. Sorry. Okay, I know Jen Towner hit Success Club. Jennifer Fisher hit Success Club. Ashley did. Oops. Wait, no, that's, oh, I didn't change that. Sorry, I'm looking, okay. Denise hit Success Club for the first time. Ashley hit Success Club. Jen Towner, Mary, and Jennifer Fisher, and myself. Also, congratulations to Denise. She rank advanced to Emerald. And then the big news today is Jen Towner is a Success Club 5 All-Star legend, which is huge.
I don't know exactly what that means, but yay.
So let me explain it because new people are not going to know what that means. And it's really important. So, and I'll tell you why it's important too. So when you hit Success Club for 1 year, so 12 months in a row, and it can be like, Jen, this is obviously not like the beginning of the year, end of the year. So she started in October, started coaching in November. And so she has been doing this for 2 full years. So they do it from whenever you hit Success Club. If you consecutively hit Success Club for 1 year, you become a Success Club either 5 or 10 and All-Star. When you do it for 2 years in a row, you become a All-Star legend. So that means Jen has hit Success Club 24 months in a row. She's never missed it from the time she started as a coach. And she can tell you, like, a lot of those months, she has hit it the last day of the month or the end of the month. So, like, when push comes to shove, she gets it done regardless. No excuses, like, gets it done. And that is huge. And the reason why it's important is when it comes time to register for anything with Beachbody, there is a hierarchy of when you get to register. So top 10 coaches, I mean, they always get to go first. Then elite coaches, then usually premier coaches. And then it goes down to Success Club legends, Success Club All-Star, which again is just 12 months in a row doing it, and then Success Starters. So when it comes time to register for, yes, ma'am.
So I will give you an example. So when the Success Club trip was announced in January, I was a Success Club All-Star. Mm-hmm. So after all those people got to register, I got to register like on the second or third day. So It was like I was assured a spot.
Right. Which is huge because y'all, there were only, there were 206 elite teams last year. So that means 206 people registered before Jen Towner, and then like the next wave of people got to register, which that's huge. There are, depending upon which trip and depending upon what the event is, there are thousands on the Success Club trip. There are even more thousands at Summit. So when you're allowed the opportunity to register early for things or to get your first pick of
a workout,
celebrity, super trainer workouts and stuff like that, like that's really exciting. So congrats, Jen. That's just huge. It's amazing. So let me check off my list. All right. Okay, so just out elite rankings. They're really, I'm keeping up. We're kind of down to the wire now. I'm keeping up with every single point. So there was no surprise with like the points. We officially have 98 of the 105 points that we need for elite. Unofficially, we now have 99. So 6 more points. And what that boils down to, 3 2018, 2019 Coaches and Success Club this month, which I think we absolutely can get all the points taken care of this month. And then we're ranked number 167. We were 160 last month. So again, amazing, huge. And just so y'all know, Together Rising is now number 2, which is huge. It's
Wow.
really, really huge. We're number 2. And again, like everybody, it's such a team effort. It is such, you know, and even if your actions, like for instance, I'll use myself an example. I've been a coach since 2015. There's nothing that I do that helps Moira at this point. I do not give her any kind of points. I do not give her any kind of leadership points. Like nothing that I do helps her for elite. But that being said, y'all, we are a team. And when one of us succeeds, it encourages someone else. When one of us hops on a call and shares our story, someone else hears it and they take action because they resonate with our story. You know, so know that like everyone is so important. It's like such a team thing. I know in the beginning, like when we're first growing and we're small and it's like, oh gosh, there's so much pressure and it's like, oh, but truly, I mean, truly, it's such a team effort. There are so many coaches of Moira's who I've helped. There are coaches of, you know, other people that you've connected with. And Jen Towner is a great example. I mean, she gets on the calls in the morning and connects with all different kinds of coaches that I don't even know, you know, so it is just such a team effort. So even if you think you have had nothing to do with that, I promise you, you have, and it's big, and celebrate it and know that you're a part of something very big. So the last thing I want to talk about before I turn it over to Ashley, in case y'all don't know, I'm really, 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 really excited about Barb Lynn coming out. So,
Really?
I am. And if you're not, hey, Megan, if you're not, you should be. And if you're not yet, you will be, because I'm telling you, what I have is contagious and y'all are going to catch it. So, you really will. Cause y'all like I'm just so excited about Barb Lynn for a number of reasons. One, people have been asking for it for years and years and years and years, years. I mean, truly. Other reason, the results are insane. It's high intensity and low impact, which really appeals to women of a certain age or appeals to women who've just had babies. Y'all, if this had come out right after I had my babies, like I stayed away from Shaun T for years because all he did was make me pee on myself. Like the fact that, I mean, it wasn't that I was staying away from like, you know, I was staying away from high intensity because my core, like, nothing was staying in, you know? So it's just such a huge opportunity on so many different levels. So I'm in the middle of doing the training. I forgot to do it live yesterday. So I'm watching it. I think there are some slides that he shared, so I'll grab those and share them. But the main thing I want to get across is this. It comes out for coaches December 3rd. Everybody needs to get it on December 3rd because you get access to 10 workouts. And from my understanding, I need to go back and ask a question. He keeps referring to them as the first 10 workouts. So he's making it sound like they're not even prep workouts. They are truly the first 10 workouts. Again, don't quote me on that, but that's what Kim Carver is saying in this training, that we get access to the first 10 workouts. Y'all, again, this is Beachbody giving you an early Christmas present on a platter saying, here are these 10 workouts. You as a coach, you're going to get to do them. And now if you can bring people in with that excitement, which I totally will, I will totally bring people in on December 3rd and say, hey, you can go ahead and get access to this now. But you know what it does? It also gives you the opportunity to try it, to do it, to put it out there, to get truly excited about it, and to have like marketing material, if you will, because I know for those of you who are new and have never been through a launch or have never even been through like a different program than from what you came in on, I understand what it's like to be like how can I promote something I haven't done? How can I promote something that hadn't even been released yet? I know that seems kind of strange, but trust me, the most successful coaches will take advantage of this launch. And y'all, I mean, I'm telling you, I am going to break all my records with this launch. I mean, I am determined. I said in the 2-star thread and up that I'm going to Aaron Hopkins it. And there's so much opportunity for everybody, really everybody. And so what I would encourage you to do is, again, when I start putting the training out, when there's training out on the champions page, that will probably be coming in the next, I don't know, week or two. Just soak it all up. And then the sample workout will be out on Monday, the 25th. So what we will probably do, what we typically do, for those of y'all who are new again and haven't been through a launch, we'll do like a Snoop group or a sneak peek group where you can add people, where we will talk about it, where we'll post the link to the free workout, where it will just be a place, kind of like a coach sneak peek, where we kind of put new people or interested people all in the same group. And it's just such a great atmosphere to kind of spread that enthusiasm and excitement over something new and get more people to come in. So no, again, huge opportunity, huge. Go ahead, like budget for it. No, December 3rd, and I think it is available at like 1 a.m. on December 3rd. So you can start doing those workouts on December 3rd. So anyway, all right. Again, we'll probably have an entire call on it. That's all I'm going to say about it now, but as soon as I can grab stuff, I will. Also, I've not checked, but supposedly there are already 6 before and after pictures in the coach office for you to look at, use, share. Typically what I do, just so y'all know kind of a marketing strategy, and I know for some of y'all, this doesn't necessarily apply, but typically my first line is, at this rate, at least 3 of us on the call probably have several hundred customers that we have helped over the years. First line of marketing, y'all have seen, I'm posting in Let Your Soul Shine group, like getting the people who have fizzled out, who have rotated out of the group, who don't have Beachbody On Demand anymore, who aren't current active challengers, started getting the information to them, getting them excited. Of course, as you're inviting new people and stuff, that's going to trickle down to them too. But that's always my first line, is like getting it out to coaches, getting it out to discount coaches, getting it out to current challengers, getting it out to previous challengers that you can re-engage with stuff. But again, tons more information coming. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Ashley. I have not told her this, but I'm going to let Jennifer introduce her, since she is Ashley's coach. But I'm so excited to hear from her.
I'd be happy to. Okay, so this is a treat to have Ashley talk with us. I met Ashley. So Ashley and I kind of ran in the same circle, grew up in the same area in Atlanta, but met her here. We went to church together. We actually just randomly led a Bible study together. And then we kind of lost touch for a couple years, except for through social media. I invited Ashley to join me probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 times and got no response. I had no idea that she was already doing Beachbody, but not really doing it. She had everything. She was like not very committed. So she eventually responded, and I think I probably invited her for about a year. Eventually she responded, switched to me as her coach. And it wasn't until Morning Meltdown 100 came out that she was like, I'm going to freaking do this. Like, I'm in. Like, here, this is my program. And I have just watched her, like, fully commit to Morning Meltdown 100. That's when she was like, I think I'll just be a coach. Like, no big deal. I think I'll just coach. And ever since she decided to be a coach, she has been so coachable. She's like immediately stepped up as a leader, like just doing things that I don't even think to tell her to do, but she just, hey, I think we need to post this in our group and stuff like that. She just kind of anticipates It's just been amazing to watch her personal journey and to watch her step into coaching. And I just love how she works with her people. Like, I've gotten to know some of her people, and I just love how she takes them by the hand and kind of leads them through this. So, yeah, here's Ashley.
Well, definitely when Cece asked me to do this, I was like, why me? What? But it was it was a big honor. So thank you, Cece. It's exciting to be able to do it. Yes, like Jennifer said, so I looked back and I signed up for Beachbody almost exactly 2 years ago. And kind of just definitely started as a challenger. I wasn't even going to admit that I had another coach before Jennifer, but I did. So that's how uncoachable and annoying I was. So
That's so common though. It's really, really common. Megan had another coach. You've had 2 coaches? Lucky number 3. So see, it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon.
Yeah. So I was like, should I admit that? I don't know. So I love, like, the first coach that I had, we had like worked, she went to my neighborhood pool. Like I didn't really know her, but I knew of her, and she was, I followed her on social media, signed up through her. And then I was like, I did 21 Day Fix, did the whole thing, finished, had great results. I really liked it. And then, but I just kind of like, after those 21 days, I was like, and kind of faded away for a while. And then I would come back. And then, so like with each new, I love a launch apparently. So with each new program, I was like, this is it. I'm going to do it. And so like with Lift 4, I was like, okay, this is it. This is going to be awesome. He's super cute. I'm going to do this. And, but then the group that I was in is exactly like the group I'm in now. It was great. Everybody was doing different things, but I had it in my mind that I was like, okay, what's going to make the difference for me is I'm going to join like a Lift 4 group, and that we're all going to do it together. That was going to be my thing. So I knew Jennifer, had been following Jennifer on social media, and I reached out to her. I think like she had asked me, like she said, she'd asked me, and I ghosted her. So don't be offended by people who ghost you, because that was me. And just, I said, are you going to do something special? Because she had been promoting Lift 4. And I was like, are you going to do a special group for Lift 4? She's like, yes. And she did. And so I joined that. I did not finish that program. No, I did not. But then just kind of like would still do stuff occasionally, but really was not, I just was not an exerciser. I just was kind of, I went through phases of my life where I was not an athlete, never exercised growing up at all. I have 3 kids. After my 3rd child, got really into spin, and I actually loved that and did that for a while. And then just kind of like did other things sprinkled here and there, but never really committed too much. But when Morning Meltdown 100, and again, another launch that I was excited about, but I was like, okay, 100 days. And I stalked Erin Hopkins, like stalked her on Instagram, watched every single thing that she was putting up. I was like completely obsessed with watching her. And I told Jennifer, I was like, on the day that was like, she was done, like her 100 days, I was at work. I mean, this is like so embarrassing to admit, but I was like, she was like, okay, later I'm going to post my results. And I was like checking my phone, like, oh my God, I want to see what she does. So after all that, like, I mean, everybody saw she had incredible results. She's super like entertaining and relatable to watch. I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. And so I told Jennifer, and I was like, I'm going to do it. She was like, well, why don't, and I wasn't even getting Shakeology at the time, like nothing. And she was like, well, and I knew in my mind, I was like, okay, if I'm going to do this 100 days, I'm going to do it all in. I'm going to get the Shakeology again. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And so she was like, well, why don't you sign up as a discount coach? Like, go ahead and do it. You'll save money. You can, and it was like, speaking of the bar blend and like getting like early access to that stuff, like that totally appealed to me. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I can get like early access to these special workouts, and I was like, okay. And then I started, because I had been watching all the coaches. Oh, and then it was Summit. And so then I started watching everybody at Summit, and it was all that theme was like, why not you? And I was like, yeah, why not me? I could do that. And so I joined up for Morning Meltdown 100, signed up as a discount coach. And then I was like, Jennifer, I'm thinking about maybe I might like start to document my Morning Meltdown 100, and maybe at the end of that 100 days, I'll like actually coach. And she was like, absolutely, that's the best. I mean, she's so good at like not being like, come on, Ashley. But so I kind of like just tiptoed into that. And then I don't know why I just decided to do it. And I think I guess after Summit, I started, I know. I had like a weekend at a beach house but I was kind of almost like by myself. And so I started watching all of the videos of the New Coach University. And so I just started watching all those, and they're awesome. And, watch the video again, Aaron Hopkins, on why to sign up your spouse, like the whole Emerald thing. And I was like, maybe I should do that. And it just kind of like snowballed to where I was like, maybe I could do that. And then I had some friends who wanted to do Morning Meltdown 100, just like some of my really close friends. I was like, I'm going to do this. Y'all should do it with me. And I went to Jennifer with them, and she was like, well, you can sign them up. You're a coach. And so I did. And they just started doing it with me. And then I was a typical person where I was like, I'm not going to do social media. That's not me. I'm not going to do that. It's too embarrassing. I would never put myself out there like that. And I was really, honestly, my husband is a pediatrician in town, and I was super worried about what that would look like for him. Like, I just was worried about like, would people think that's weird? And is that going to be, because like everywhere we go, everyone knows who he is. And so vicariously, they know a little bit like who I am. And so I was just really worried about that. But I don't know what made me do it, but I just was like, okay, when I signed up early on the Morning Meltdown 100, I started doing the prep workouts. And I did those prep workouts religiously for like 3 weeks and got incredible like results. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to do it. So I posted, and I immediately wanted to throw up like everybody does. I know. And I was like, I cannot believe I just did that. But I did. And it was like crazy, the response that I got. I mean, everybody was, of course, super nice, and, was like, so then it just kind of went from there. But one of the things that Cece wanted me to talk about was signing up people as coaches from the beginning. And I did, obviously, for a year and 11 months or whatever, was not a coach. I was just a customer. And not just, but I was a customer, and I was very super skeptical about the whole thing. Like, I didn't like the fact that I was getting stuff on HD. I mean, not on, HD. And, because I wasn't really doing it, the Shakeology was like piling up in my house, and my husband was like, what the heck? And so, but I, just kind of so the first people that I signed up who were my friends, I was like, well, you could sign up as a discount coach, but you don't want to do that because that's like too much of a commitment. I literally would like talk them out of the first few people. And then I heard a video, one of the training videos, talking about signing people up.
Was it Aaron?
It was Aaron Hopkins. I wasn't going to admit it, but it was.
Okay, we owe Aaron a huge thank you. And again, I think your story is also just goes to show why like our team is so powerful and so amazing that, Ashley decided to coach because she resonated with someone on the big team.
Mm-hmm.
And just because she is with Jennifer doesn't mean that Aaron can't continue to help her and inspire her and all that kind of stuff. Like, if I don't inspire y'all, I'm not offended. Go to the big team.
Right. And she has no idea who I am. Like, she'd be like, who? So, but it was like, I guess she's on lots of videos, and one of the videos talked about how she, felt that it was a disservice to her friends not to sign them up as a discount coach. And I was like, oh, and that was like a complete shift in my mind, because I was very like wrapped up in, I don't want to like pressure my friends to do that. And she was like, you're saving them money. It's not costing them anything. Like, why would you not do that for your friends? Like, that's the nice thing to do. And so I just started talking to the people like that. I mean, I say, you can be a customer, but there's also an option for a discount coach. Like from the once they say yes, then I say, okay, there's an option for a discount coach. It doesn't cost you anything when you sign up. It actually makes it, I was like, I am the queen of not returning things. You can look in my trunk and there's like bags from Target with stuff in it that I haven't returned. So I am terrible about that. And so I totally get when people are like, no, I don't want to do that because I don't want to commit to that. I'm like, it actually is like easier. So it's going to save you money. If you don't cancel, you're still saving money. Like, because if you're going to cancel your Shakeology, you're going to cancel your discount coach. Because it just doesn't make sense to continue being a discount coach if you're not getting the products. And I do, try to remind my new people, like Jennifer taught me, like before their first or their next order is going to come out, to let them know and give them options and all of that. And so I do that. But it was just a mental shift to, this is not something that I'm like tricking them into or pressuring them into, that it truly is just a savings. And then if they decide to coach down the road, they're that much, it's just that much easier, but that it's not something that's any more level of commitment really. But for me, when I did sign up as a discount coach, not intending really to coach, but then as I started kind of tiptoeing in and watching the videos and listening to the past, like Together Rising calls and stuff like that, I went back and I would like listen to the old recordings and stuff. And I just was like, this is so cool. Like these people are awesome. And it was just like, it was very intriguing to me, like the whole business part of it. And I did start just like, if I got someone who wanted to sign up for me, I was like, yes. And it was just like a great feeling. And I just really, I never thought about how that community piece of it would be such a great part of it for me. And now like, that's it. Like now that I'm into the routine of exercising, it's just seeing everybody on the team calls and seeing how positive everyone is. And that to me is like what's been so appealing. And when Jennifer like talked to me about signing up as a discount coach, she was like, you'll have more skin in the game is what she said. And I was like, okay, yeah. And it really has totally changed my whole mindset around it. And now, wanting to like inspire other people to do it and wanting to kind of give back. And my background professionally is I used to be, I have a master's in social work. So I used to do family counseling, and that was my thing. And I did that for years before I stayed home with my kids. Now I work in an orthodontist office, which is bizarre, but it's kind of like that piece of me who likes to help people and encourage people and kind of be that cheerleader / counselor, I think really resonated with me too. So both of those pieces, and I just didn't think about until Jennifer kind of talked to me about it. It never occurred to me that would give me this whole other layer of accountability, that was the missing link for me. And so I've loved it. It's been great.
I love it. I also was a social worker in my 20s, and well, for a nonprofit, but always meant to go get my MSW and wanted to go into counseling, and then like just my path went elsewhere. But that's one thing that I love about this is that I feel like I am truly helping people in a way that I often think, like, if I really had become a therapist, would I've been able to change people the way I really wanted to change? And this way I think I can. But I just have to touch on a couple of points because, y'all will hear this time and time again, that success leaves clues. And so like I wrote down some keywords that Ashley mentioned along the way that I just hopefully like they stuck out for y'all. So first thing, how many new launches did she mention? Like, so again, I
didn't even mention T20. Like I did that one too. All the stuff.
Y'all, new launches are powerful. So just keep that in the back of your head when I keep mentioning Bar Blend. But that's why she came back in. And again, the whole appeal of the early access, the chance to get a leg up, the chance to see things, like that can be really powerful for some people. Like that kind of stuff, I eat into that kind of stuff too. Like I will probably be up at 1 a.m. on December 3rd ordering this because I'm that crazy about it's available. The other thing, Summit. She was watching us at Summit and she was listening to the messages and she was watching everyone's social media. And just because you're not able to go to things, if you're not close to the team, a lot of times people think, well, gosh, I'm not in Charleston, so how can I be a part of this team? And it's like just so not true. Like, yeah, I mean, Jen Towner's in Seattle and stuff, but like you can tap in to the trips and everything without even going on them. So, and the fact that you belong here, like it was just such a great theme and message. The other thing was the fact that she just decided to just pop on New Coach University. I bet she didn't even ask Jennifer, what is this all about? She just took the initiative and just thought one weekend, well, I'm just going to see what this is all about, and started watching things. Watching old calls. I swear when someone pops on and says that they just started watching old calls, like that to me, that means like skyrocket to success. Truly. If you ask any top coach, Moira says it time and time again, that she would just watch old calls. She would watch old National Wake Up calls. She would go on YouTube and Google like Lindsay Matway team call, like Melanie Mitro, whatever it is. Like filling your time with that kind of stuff, like that is so helpful and truly gets you to like have the success that Ashley's had, and then the whole point about the community and it takes the accountability to another level. It gets you skin in the game, all that kind of stuff. But those are some of the points that I thought jumped out because again, I just kept thinking success leaves clues. Like it really does. Like it doesn't take, Ashley's really busy. She works full time. She has kids. Like there's just so much that people like kind of hide behind. And the point you brought up, your husband, like is like a well-known member of the community that, like so many things to just like think about. So do y'all have any questions?
It's funny because he said to me the other day, and he's such a nice guy. I love him to death. Obviously, we're married for 26 years, but like it was totally about me and my like worry. Like I was like, oh God, he's going to think this is so stupid. How am I, he has been the sweetest, like proudest guy. It's been kind of amazing. And he said to me the other day, so of course I'm like, I'm becoming coachable. It's miraculous. So I'm like adding people to my Facebook because Facebook is actually bigger for me because I'm old. So, so I'm like adding people every day. And he said to me the other day, he was like, okay, so I've had several people in my office say that I had no idea how you know them. Tell your wife I'm so proud of her success. I'm like, it's because I'm adding them into my Facebook. So, but I don't know them, but they know me now because I know him. And I mean, that does kind of work.
Yeah. So. That's how I've built my business. That's how Jennifer Fisher has built her business and Jen Towner. I mean, like that's, and I mean, another trick is to like what I do quite often is I go to my husband's Facebook. He's not very active on it, but I go to my husband's Facebook and I friend his female friends.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah.
And that's, I mean, I have actually had a couple of his ex-girlfriends be my discount coaches, but And what I tell him is like, what? I can't help that all of your ex-girlfriends have put on weight. Like, he doesn't think it's very funny, but anyway. Okay, does anybody have any questions for Ashley? Anyone? No questions. I will tell y'all, so I think she's got 12 or 13 coaches at this point underneath her. So she started in July.
I just looked at 13.
13 coaches, which that's amazing.
That's amazing.
Hi,
Mary.
I spent an hour with Beachbody customer service today because I thought that I had put my first coach. So my daughter is 18, so she's like my, other account, and my goal is to get to Diamond, and so I thought I had put my first coach under her, and it was this long, convoluted, like I logged into her account, did all the share cart. She shows up as being purchased under my daughter. It was this long, convoluted thing that didn't work out. But I have another share cart who's going under her. So she's going to have 2 people any day now. I know.
Awesome.
But now I just have to get someone on my other side to want to do it too. So
that is so exciting. And that reminds me, that was an announcement I meant to make. So for anyone pushing for Diamond for the end of the year, or for the Diamond retreat, let's see, let me get the calendar. Okay, so, and this is something I need to explain. Beachbody language, sometimes the way people use it, it's a little confusing. And I will tell you, I thought that I was hitting Diamond New Year's Eve 2015. Well, y'all, that was a Thursday night. So that New Year's Eve, I was hustling, I was getting things in line, I was getting things that, people lined up and signed up, and I was thinking, I am going to be Diamond now. Well, I had to wait a whole nother week. So the Beachbody week goes from Thursday morning to Wednesday night. And they call it a bonus week for some reason. I don't know why they just can't call it a week. But that's why, you get paid on Thursdays. But rank advancements happen Wednesday nights into Thursday. So anytime you're trying to rank advance or solidify your rank or do something like that, the most important thing is that it's locked in by Wednesday night, and it's 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're on the West Coast, you got 3 less hours than the rest of us. But so I'm explaining that because we have a Diamond retreat that's in January, and the deadline to start qualification for that, one of the qualifications to come to the Diamond retreat, is you have to hold it for 6 weeks. And I'm going to explain that in a sec too, because that's another thing that Beachbody says, but they don't really mean. So you have to wake up Diamond Thursday, November 21st, which means everything has to be in place Wednesday, the 20th, 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the thing about holding it for 6 weeks, the nice thing is that first Thursday counts. So it's actually 5 calendar weeks, but 6 Thursdays. So, and again, for when the time comes, when y'all are advancing to Diamond and you're like, wait, what was that thing about Lifetime Diamond? What was that thing about holding it? Like, don't worry about that too much, but just know that the goal is not just getting to Diamond, but holding it and growing it and stabilizing it. It doesn't just stop when you get to Diamond. You get paid more when you get to Diamond. And again, I went over like all this stuff last week about why Diamond is important and what becomes of it, but just had to put in a little reminder. Diamond retreat is in January. The last day to qualify is, to start qualification would be waking up on the 21st as Diamond. And now I'm going to use Ashley as an example. So let's look at the calendar now. Tomorrow is the 7th. So that is 2 weeks until that deadline. Oh, wait. Yeah, tomorrow's the 7th. I don't know what day it is. All right. Okay. I said that right. So 2 full weeks. What I always do is I reverse engineer my goals. So I take, all right, I've got 2 weeks. How many coaches do I need? Of course, anytime there is a deadline, the sooner you lock it in, the better. Like, I'm telling you, it ain't fun having it go down to the wire. It's just not. Trust me, I'm like known for like qualifying down to the wire. So always, whenever there is a deadline, I always recommend backing your deadline up several weeks so that you're like, you know, and I know Denise and Megan, y'all are like, this is not the conversation for y'all, but I just want to have it now just so everyone gets used to being prepared for these things and planning these things out and reverse engineering your goals. That's really, really important. So, but anyway, always set an earlier deadline for yourself and just know you can reverse engineer. Like Ashley at this point, she really needs 4 coaches. She's got 1 cart. Or do you have 2 carts out for your daughter or just 1? So 2 carts out for her daughter. Then that means her daughter will be Emerald. Then all she needs is 2 coaches on that other side. And, you know, so I just always try to reverse engineer and think, all right, like, and this part is going to be a little bit out of Ashley's control because she needs an Emerald. But when you are, you know, planning things out and like, okay, now I'm going to use Denise as an example. So she has 2 coaches and she's an Emerald. So now the thing for her would be to print out the Diamond Roadmap and start, you know, figuring out like how many coaches do I need? And if her deadline is like, okay, I want to be Diamond by January, then look at a calendar. How many weeks is that? How many coaches do you need per week? Like things like that. When you break it down, you know, it seems a little more manageable than, oh my God, I need how many coaches? Like that seems really overwhelming. But when you just break it down, it's like, oh, okay, 1 coach a week. I could totally do that between now and then, you know. And I'm always happy to help y'all reverse engineer your goals, but just had to put in a plug for reverse engineering because that's how I have achieved everything. All right, any questions? You want that day to be now? Oh, I see it. One day it'll all become clear. Yeah. It really will. It really will. Being on team calls and everything helps. So, so Mary, I'm going to call you out. Did you hear all that stuff about the deadline for Diamond? 2 weeks. Wait, you're muted. 2 weeks.
Okay.
2 weeks from tonight.
You can do it, Mary. You can do it.
Congratulations.
Go team.
Congratulations, Jen.
Thank you.
Mary's another one who also started in July. She and Ashley may have even started like, I think actually, I don't know why I remember this, but I kind of remember Mary started like July 11th. I have no idea why I know that, but Mary also started in July and has, I don't even know, maybe 15 coaches. She also is someone who brings people in, signs them up as coaches because that's what makes sense, regardless of whether or not they're going to coach. Like that's just what makes sense for them. And she's done an amazing job. She also has hit Success Club every month, and she just does an amazing job of bringing in coaches regularly and signing people up that way.
I'm beat.
All right. Is that it? Denise, did you have a question? Oh, you want me to unmute you? Here, I'll unmute you.
I guess I could have done that.
No, that's okay. Sometimes it's hard to find the button.
So what does it mean, discount coach? I mean, what's the difference between a discount?
There is no difference. That is what we call it. Beachbody recognizes customers and coaches. Okay. But because some people are uncomfortable with the term of coach, you know, the nickname discount coach has kind of become very common to use. Sometimes I even will call it a discount membership or a VIP membership for people who are really nervous, but you still have to warn them because they're going to get a welcome email that says, congratulations, you have coach. So I just always explain to people, and truly this is the case. Like, I could go through the app right now, and the overwhelming majority of the women in our app who are logging their workouts and shakes every day are discount coaches. So, and they don't coach. So it's just a way to have the discount and, you know, take advantage of that and not have to pay full price for Shakeology or anything else. So,
one thing, I was part of the Meredith Ganow's Diamond group this past month, and she put out, I guess it's Soul Warriors. She put out, she did a whole new like coach onboarding kind of package. And so I've kind of stolen some of her wording on her email. So if there's someone who signs up as a discount coach with me, Beachbody, when you send that share cart, they generate, you know, a standard email for you. And I've gone in and changed that for the people who aren't interested in actually coaching right now. And her little wording is something like, it's totally up to you what you do with this coach account. You can use it to be part of our Fit family, to get discounts on the products, to sign up a couple of friends or people that you love, or, you know, lean into it for a business opportunity. And so I kind of have written that out. And so it just kind of lets people know that, because it says like, you have to put in your social security number. You have to, you know, it says coach, like blah, blah, blah. It's all over that. So it just kind of, for me, like it kind of like fleshes it out to, these are your options. Cause some people will, you know, just want to use it. Like I've gotten to where I don't really add them to like our coach. Like I don't add them to like the Soul Shine tribe until they, you know, really say, oh, maybe they show some interest in that concept, or that, you know, wanting to be more involved in the community aspect of it. Then I'll kind of maybe add them into Soul Shine or to Together Rising. But I just liked the way that she said that, just kind of like laid out the different options of ways that you could use kind of the coach account.
I love that.
Yeah, so that's just totally our language, saying discount coach. And some people say discount coach, hobby coach. Like you'll hear all different kinds of coaches, but Beachbody only recognizes coach or customer. So, and that's good to know. And you can change the email that you sent with the share cart, so people aren't like, again, that coach email that comes with the share cart is like, it would scare me half to death. Like if
You can also go in and edit that email that comes with the share cart as well. So
yeah, that's what we're talking about.
No, but
That's
you can go in and edit.
Yeah, that's
what
what
I'm-
we're talking
Oh,
about.
you are?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Oh, that's when you're, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Multitasking.
Yeah, I think Mary, 'cause you're on that same thing.
Yeah.
And so I
You
think,
can sit with us.
yeah, that's actually her like welcome email, but I just like stole it and put it in the share cart email.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
One thing I like to tell people is if they're, you know, really uncomfortable with the coaching thing, is I tell them, like, it's basically like you're buying Shakeology from yourself instead of from me, because that's really what it is. I mean, your commission, you save your commission instead of the commission going to me. That usually helps kind of explain the discount coach thing.
Yeah. That's a good explanation. I also, well, you know, some people, I think some people kind of feel a little guilty, and I'm like, no, this actually helps me, because when you build, when you're trying to build to diamond, you want a nice mixture of discount coaches, of customers, of people who are like, I'm okay. I don't really want the discount right now. I'm good. I'll let you know if I ever change my mind, kind of thing. I mean, you always need, trust me, because you're going to want to have some customers so that if you have some holes to fill, you have some customers to reach out to and say, hey, your Shakeology is getting ready to ship. Would you like to sign up for the discount now? Because you need to, fill a hole in your organization. But I will tell y'all, I built to Diamond, and I without any working coaches, I built to 5-star, which means 5 diamonds, with, essentially 2 to 3 working coaches, 2 real working coaches, and a third that was kind of a hobby coach. And that's it. That's 5-star. So know that discount coaches are very important. And they're really the heart of the business sometimes. I mean, I've got people who've been discount coaches for as long as I have been a coach, 4 years still in my organization. So, all right, y'all. Well, I'm going to stop recording, and I have got like so much left to do so that I